Good morning and welcome to the channel. Today's video is a session vlog. I'm just gonna post all my waves. Actually, it's about 80% of my waves. My solo shot didn't catch all of them. And give you all the good and bad and just tell you what's on my mind. My wetsuit right now has a lot of holes in it, and so I was freezing in this particular session, and this morning, Saturday, I could not motivate. Too afraid of getting in the water because I'm just too cold. So instead I decided I'm going to work on this video. The forecast was actually pretty bad. When I looked at it, it was I think it said 1 to 2 or maybe even 1 to 3, but there was a plus sign, and I didn't see that till after the session. So coming to the beach, I was pleasantly surprised that a lot of the waves were averaging about 3 feet. There were 4 and some even 5 feet. So it was really nice, and they were steep and fast even though it was a maxed out high tide. So in this video, I'm on the Sharpeye Modern 2, which lately has been my favorite board, and I'm running the MR twin fin with the trailer. And the fins are kind of big, and you'll notice right there, I don't know if you saw how fast I came down. The fins are so big and the board is so wide that when the waves are fast, steep, the fins get really sticky. So I got zero release on that maneuver, which is why I couldn't pull it, because I came down too quick. I wasn't prepared for it. That lip line just grabbed my fins and just hucked me down the face. So I think smaller fins would have been better. And funny thing, I think the Neckbeard 3 would have been the perfect board for today. So although it doesn't look it, the waves are actually really fast, and it was much steeper than what I'm used to on a regular day at Bolsa. Now, one thing I tend to do, and I don't know if you guys do this, is I'll see and I look at the waves, and I notice that the inside had a lot of good corners. They were a tad softer, but then when I paddle out, I end up literally paddling out and sitting on the outside and waiting for the bigger waves. Normally my strategy is to go in and sit on the inside when it's crowded, but as you can see from this video, it wasn't all that crowded. So then I forget that strategy, and I'm looking for actually I walked up and I saw a few barrels, and so I thought, okay, I want to at least have the opportunity. So I was also waiting for those bigger waves. Needless to say, I didn't make any barrels, and in hindsight, I wish I had just surfed the inside, because the smaller ones on the inside had way open corners, and they seemed more fun based on the video and some of the waves that I did catch, and just happened to be on the inside. I hate backhand. I really need to work on my backhand. I suck at it. I feel like on my forehand, I'm a decent surfer. I would categorize myself as a very low-end advanced surfer on my forehand. But literally, I think I'm a below intermediate backhand surfer. I do have moments of greatness, but very rare. So now at this point, I think the conditions started to change a bit. Started to close out a little bit more. Got a little onshore, so they're crumbling and they weren't standing up. And none of my... it's funny, when they come in, they look like they're makeable, but I guess I don't know how to read barrels. So I think I changed my strategy and decide I got to get back to surfing the little corners and do maneuvers instead. The size difference between the inside and outside are so drastic. Anyways, I think it's one of my longer rights, but I think one of the reasons why my backhand sucks so bad is I have a very weak left leg. And this is one of my better lefts. They were back-to-back. I think I had 3 maneuvers, maybe 4, if I include this little cutback or whatever it was. So that was my longest, best wave, best left of the day. And then the rest, they started to get a little racy, so I just couldn't get... I couldn't keep up with the corners. They look, like I said, they looked super makeable. This here is funny because I went for that air, and right before I launched, the big blob of water hit me square in the face. So I did that whole thing blind, and then I got scared, like I didn't know where I was. But maybe that's better, because I feel like I got closer to pulling that than any other air. So at this point, I was literally shaking like a leaf. I'm in a 4-3, and none of the seams are holding off water, so I feel like I'm just trunking it, and it's cold. And, it doesn't help that I think I'm about 140 to 142 right now, so a little bit lighter than I normally am. No insulation. So now this wave, maybe this guy thought I was going right. Yeah. It's funny. He looked back too, which I think is funny. That's kind of blatant dropping in, right? Oh, this was kind of cool. I saw a couple guys foiling. God, look how small that board is. I'm very interested in trying it, but I'm also very scared of it. I saw some guy just literally chop up his face with the foil. Anyways, that was, I think, my last wave, maybe. I hope this wasn't overly boring. I know it was. Spare me my feelings, please. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll just put out, one of these once in a while when I have a session that surprises me. And given that I thought it was going to be 1 to 2 and poor, this wasn't bad.